Alright, so I have my toilet off, and this gasket right here is what was leaking right here. And I had a rusted bolt in the back. I cleaned it up a little bit already. I've already wiped all this off, but one of my bolts were rusted out pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to replace that. As you can see right here, it's pretty bad. Right, so that means it was getting some moisture right there. Whereas you can see the other washer and bolt and nut, it was shiny still, right? So I know I was getting moisture back there, and it just kept draining and draining. I had replaced a brand new water fill right here. See, that's brand new. I did that. I thought that was the issue at first, but we have a lot of leakage, corrosion around here, and then this was breaking off inside the toilet bowl. I was seeing like white flakes and stuff like that on the inner side. I can hold this. It was down there breaking off. So got that off. About to go ahead and switch that out. Alright, I just used this tool to get off that nasty gasket we had, and you can see it's all types of buildup, moisture, things like that. But that's alright. That's what we were thinking was going to happen anyways. So, but that's that. You can see right through there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put this thing in, the new one, the new drain system. Now my old one used to have these screws right here with the rubber grommets attached to it, which is amazing, so it won't rust or rot. But I think I'm gonna go with the old screws because this packaging, and I don't see it. It doesn't have any caps for these screw heads, so but they might be stainless steel. I'm gonna have to read on the packaging a little bit. However, I still like this design. It'll be no leakage around the screws or anything. For sure with this right here. And I'll just use the bolts from here. That's what I'm thinking right now. But see, they do have this right here, this little fabric type. Might do a little research real quick and find out, do people really support that? Is that enough? But I like that design. You let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this inside to here. And you're going to see it come out the bottom. There you go, right there. So it's going to be right here. We're going to come out. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Alright, so when you put this black gasket on right here, it should be relatively easy to put in on these 2 points. If it's not easy, then you have the short one right here that you've plugged in. And you don't want to do that, okay? So make sure the longer ones, it should be nice and easy to go in. And then the short ones right there, right? If you're having problems, okay? And we're going to put the nuts and washers on at the bottom here, right here. And we're going to go ahead and use this tool. You want to press it in there pretty good so you can get inside that gasket and make it snug, all right? All right, so here we are. I have the screws in. I have the nut in. And you only want to do a half turn after you hand tighten it, right? I did a little more. I did a whole turn, but not too tight. I'm pretty familiar with how tight screws and things like that, especially when it's plastic. Don't overdo it. You'll crack your plastic and you have leaks and drains everywhere, okay? But I have that in, and I was reading the manual, and it did suggest that I do go with the type that come with my toilet bowl because they have that rubberized mechanism at the top for the screw, and it has to go snugly into this gasket on the other side. So I figured it had to be something pretty important and unique. And that these that came with the kit that I bought, they wouldn't do the job. All right, so let's go on to the next step. So now that I have it sitting on there, I'm going to use this tool, and you just put the nut in there, and then you screw it in, righty tighty, lefty loosey, This is really good and ergonomic for your hands. I kind of like it. It's kind of neat. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Put this on the bottom of the screw nut and then turn it. And I'm going to put a washer on top of that, the new washer. And we're going to go. All right. All right, we're all assembled. Everything's good to go.